Good morning.
Morning.
Uh, okay, uh, let's start today's session. Hari Om, dear all, from the Ritanveshi Yoga and Foundation. Today, we all are gathered here to start Ritanveshi's Mindfulness 5 Sundays series, special sessions for Sundays. I'm your host, Falguni Sharma from Ritanveshi, and we are having today Ritanveshi's director and founder with us. Professor Rajesh is here with us. I would like to share a brief introduction about him. Hello, Professor Rajesh. I would like to share a brief
Hello.
introduction about Dr. Rajesh has done his PhD in human consciousness and postdoctoral in parapsychology from Vienna University. Under his guidance, vision, and mission, we have launched Ritanveshi to accomplish the mission of Global Tattva Shuddhi, and we are doing a number of projects under his guidance in the field of research, education, and health. Today, Professor Rajesh is going to taking this session. I would like to hand over the mic to Professor Rajesh. Professor Rajesh.
Thank you, Falguni. And welcome to you all for today's session. As we promised that we are going to do 5 different sessions on yoga. So first of all, I request Falguni once again, please make me co-host so that I can share my PPT presentation. So there are so many interesting topics I need to discuss and a little workout with you. So today, what our topic is yoga therapy. So what I'm going to talk about is how to do the real therapy in yoga. So what way, what the guidance should be. But before we go there, let us start beginning prayer or meditation. So let sit in a comfortable posture and make your spine erect, head and spine in a straight line, and gently close your eyes. With the closed eyes, watch your whole body. Observe your breath. You are breathing in and out. Nice. Feel when you breathe in, your lungs expands, and when you breathe out, it contracts. Feel the expansion and the contraction. Okay. Now bring your awareness to the lower part of your body, down to your navel. Between your navel and perineum, there are 3 basic pranic centers known as chakra: the Muladhara chakra, the Swadhisthana chakra, and the Manipur. Focus in these 3 centers down to the navel. Feel the whole space down your navel. Visualize this space from between your navel to perineum as a balloon empty from inside. This space is known as Dahara Akasha. In yoga, we say Dahara Akasha. Feel this space. We will chant A, the syllable A. We say A 3 times While visualizing this Dharakash, the space between navel and perineum, take deep breath in for 3 times, chanting a sound. Now bring your awareness between your navel and the throat, the middle space. This space is known as Hridaya Akasha, the space of heart. This space is between your navel and the throat, whole chest region. With this visualization of this space, we will chant Ooh, Ooh for 3 times. Let's chant. Take deep breath in. Now bring your awareness between the throat to the top of the head. This space is known as Chidakash, the space of consciousness. Here we will chant sound 3 times. Take deep breath in. Now we will chant A, U, these 3 syllables in one breath and 3 times with their respective space. Take deep breath in. Okay, just feel the vibrations in these 3 spaces. Externalize yourself, rub your palms and place your palms over your eyes. Feel the warmth of your palm in your eyes. Open your eyes and hands down. Okay, welcome once again to all of you for today's session. Today I'm going to talk about the yoga therapy, and today I am going to give you a specific module of yoga therapy. So many of you are a yoga teacher and you know how to treat in a yoga. Many of you give many times the therapy to your students, or if you are a student, many times you got some therapy from your teacher, and many times The teacher follows some asana, some pranayama, breathing techniques. Few teachers also give some mudra, some gestures of the hands or the body. Some teachers give you some cleansing practices. So there are various ways in the yoga therapy. Today, what module I am giving you, it is very close to the nature and the original concept of yoga therapy. So, uh, in any time, if any people have some question, please write down in the inbox, in the chat box, and I may read it and I may answer it with the time. So you are free to raise your questions anytime. But at the last, I will give you 10 minutes for your question and answer especially. So let's go through very quickly what I want to say about this module. Wait a moment, please. So yoga therapy is supposed to practice for the practitioners. It is usually for the practitioners, and those who practice every time, every day, they can also nicely treat others. So what I am going to produce in front of you is comes with your practice, with your regular practice of yoga. Okay, this is my slides. Dr. Rajesh, this is me, and as Falguni told me, yes, I am the director and founder of Ritanveshi. I did my PhD on human consciousness. After that, my postdoctorals are on more with the consciousness, human consciousness, psychology, parapsychology. I taught approx 20 years in a university. I'm professor. I was professor in South Korea, University of Hong Kong, and I associated in several researches of human consciousness, tantra, yoga, and many other areas. So I'm very delighted to today talk about this therapy and how we do with this therapy. So before I go to therapy, I would like to say what happened when you say you are healing, you are giving therapy, what actually you do. What do you mean by therapy in a yoga? Are you giving medicines? Or are you giving some chemical reactions towards the symptoms of the body? Well, let's define the disease in yoga. How yoga look at the diseases. In yoga, diseases are not the symptoms came up or pop up in your physical body. You may have fever, but yoga doctor will say this is nothing, this is a symptom. The disease is not the fever, disease is not the temperature. If you have arthritic pain in your joints, then yoga doctor will not say anything about synovial fluid or any joint issues. They talk about something else. They say, oh, the disease is not there in the joints. It could be in your mind. It could be in your prana body. Yes. In yoga, disease is always in a prana. And the source of all disease is the mind. That's why when you have arthritic pain in your knee, yoga teacher may give you Kapalabhati, the breathing practice. And you may ask, what is that? The pain is in my knee and you are giving breathing practice, the Kapalabhati. What does it mean? But it makes sense in yoga. In yoga therapy, it makes sense. We work on the prana. We work because we feel, because of the contamination of prana. Because there are so many knots developed in the pranic passages. That's why the diseases occurs. So what we need in the healing or in the yoga therapy is the purification. So rather we give the word therapy or healing, we should say purification. And how we purify, if you question exactly what we do in purification, purification is removing the blockages and releasing the energy. The same thing we do, we release the energy, and this is what we do in asana, in pranayama, in pratyahara, and dharana, many practices of yoga. We are doing the same. So what actually we need to do is, we need to do in this module is proper diagnosis. And how we diagnose, because we know in medical science there is a pathology. We go to pathology, we give the blood test and so many other tests, and then we diagnose some symptoms, we call it disease. But yoga said no, it is not real, it is just a symptom. You need to remove the root cause. So diagnosis in yoga is very different. We find the knots. It may be the pranic knots or psychic knots. We work on the body mind empowerment. We work on the purification and the spiritual growth. Actually, we work on the five basic elements. The what five basic elements are? This is the fire, the earth, the metal, the water, the wood. These are going to be the five different elements according to the Chinese tradition. And these we work in the Chinese tradition. In Indian tradition, it is little different. I will talk on it. So when we remove those impurities in fire, wood, and earth, and the metal and water, then we purify ourselves. We start with the earth element. So earth, in a five element, earth has a tremendous impact on maintenance of health and prevention of disease. So most of our target is to work on the earth element. It has a highest density amongst all five elements, manifest itself in all the body mass. Thus our muscles, the bones, the skin, the nails, the teeth represent the earth element. Amongst all sensory organs, the earth is associated with the sense of smell. And you remember, the earth is also associated with the Muladhara chakra, the first chakra. And it gives us the stability. So the minerals and trace elements present in the mud, which is known for its renowned effects and healing properties. That's why in many naturopathy we use mud therapy, you know about it. And also it gives a proper base of our work. We are based on the earth property, the herbs, the vegetarian foods. So somehow if you go to the earth psychology, then it gives a firmness and stability. It actually develops the nature of establishment in us. It gives us security. It develops the inherent power and potential energy. It has actually inside. That's why it has gravity. So we have also our ego and instinctual behavior because of this earth element. And what happens when it is imbalanced? When it is imbalanced, then what happens? We feel insecure. We feel fearful. When it is somehow disturbed, imbalanced, this element, then we have lust and madness. We have dullness and letharginess, the stiffness and mindlessness, the madness. This comes because of the imbalance of earth element. So yoga don't go to the symptoms. As I said, it work on a deep of your personality, deep of your being, your existence. And then we come out with these things, with the Muladhara chakra or the earth element. And then you give the mud therapy, herbal therapy. So many herbs and minerals are used. You give some shatkarma like basti, asana like Surya Namaskar. You give pranayama, mudra, and pratyahara. These are the different methods we actually provide during the imbalances, the diseases. Then what is water element? Water element is somehow our existence in a fluid format. When our existence is in a fluid, when it says It essential for several critical functions like maintaining the body temperature, transporting nutrients, antibodies, hormones, as well as waste, balancing body electrolytes, and providing basic medium for the body's metabolic activities. What exactly the water element is? We our thought, our shape, our size, our every action somehow very correlated with the water element. We expand according to the water psychology. The water is what the fluidity or elasticity in us. It develops the creativity. We have the ownership of anything. We possess something. We have something. Strong desires, relationship, but it also have uh, because of water element, you are inconsistent sometimes, you are intolerant sometimes, and if it is imbalance, you can see in a picture, it could be a dry or it could be flood. So you can see the passion, the craziness, the greedy, the depression, and you become egomaniac. You only follow the self-satisfaction, egocentric in nature. Sometimes suicidal tendency and drug addiction develops when this is the water element is imbalance. And what is the solution? Solution is good massage, hydrotherapy, and of course the yoga therapy. In yoga therapy, you give a lot of practices, manonigra, in the Shatkarma asana, like Paschimottanasana, Pranayama, like Shitli Shitkari Pranayama, and many other practices. Now we come to the fire element. Fire provides the energy required for all activities of our body. It controls our body temperature as well as metabolic rate. And the balance around this element is essential for smooth functioning of all our body activities. So somehow whatever happens in your body, whatever changes, transformations, sublimations happen to your body, it is because of this fire element. Among all our sensory organs, fire is said to be the sense of vision. So what happens? What is the psychology behind the fire? Fire is the fast growing and update, the uniqueness and assertiveness, management and calculative boundaries, and it has boundaries. The fire element people, of course, they're very good in time management. They're unique people, very hard working personality. If you are a very hard worker, we will say, okay, your fire element is very nice, very strong, because you are a very hard worker, but it has a boundaries. Okay, we talk on this because of this element. When imbalance, then anger and destructions can begin. You can see when fire comes over the forest, whole forest burn out, a big fire. The dominancy and egomaniac habits also increase, and they are very dominant in nature, want to change everybody according to him and her. Dictatorship, what I am saying is correct, you have to follow me. And sometimes it develops the frustration or the crime. So what is the solution? The solution is, there are so many nice methods in naturopathy. We have color therapy. There are different color bottles where the sunlight comes over these color, and then you drink that water. Remember, this is a very nice practice. And also the energy healing like Reiki. There are so many asanas also, like Dhanurasana. You have Noli practices, Bastrika, Mahabandha, and so many different practices of meditations also. So in these, I also want to talk about the air element. There is the fourth one is the air element. Air controls all voluntary as well as non-voluntary body movement. Air element, actually, it gives the signals from one part of body to the other part of body. It's a signaling system. It's also responsible for our thoughts, emotion, as well as electric impulses. So your neuron transmitters and all the target movements happen due to this air element. Air is associated with a sense of touch. Good. You see, uh, what is the psychology behind it? The psychology of dominant or nice air element is they are full with love and compassion. They're artistic in nature. They are very devoted. They have expansion, sublimation. Sometimes they are very spiritual in nature also. But the limitation is they're unsystematical and rule breaker. Many times they break the rules, and quite unsystematic, because air moves here and there and it quickly changes your mind. And sometimes when it is imbalanced, then yes, it is very dangerous. You see, the air is removing his cap, and this man is running behind the cap. Yes, like this, the air do with us. We become oversensitive, overreactive. We have poor management when the air element is imbalanced. Our lifestyle really become poor. The poor management and time defaulter, you never stick with any point. These people who has imbalance air element, they never stick with, quickly, just like jumping monkey is quickly change one point to another point, feeling incomplete, always very depressive state, and feeling very alone, the loneliness, incomplete, and full with the pain and sorrow. So, what is the solution? Solution is aromatherapy. Therapy. In India, we have the fire ceremonies like yagyopathy. So we put some fire and put some herbs in the fire, and then we chant some mantras, and we do it with a spirituality and the rituals, and this is called yagya. So we have yagyopathy, the therapy behind the yagya, and aromatherapy, all of you know. But we have also the yoga practices like sarvangasana, pranayama like nadi shodhan. We do the cleansing practice like vaman, and many other meditation practices. So the last element is the space element. The space represents the emptiness inside our body. So there are so many parts of a body. It is not, neither it is bones or muscles. We say cavities like sinuses, like cerebral cavities, hollow organs like stomach, intestine, and such places where there is nothing, that is we formerly known as space. But the space element is very important because the accumulation of toxins in our body restrict free and smooth flow of the air, water, and nutrients. This means absence of element in our body. So what happens when this space element is imbalanced? We are uninterested and non-functional. We are unrecognized and unfamiliar, very unsocial people. Means they don't come in a society, want to live alone. They don't want to connect with people. They are out of the society, can't lead or motivate, live alone and die mysterious. Yeah, live alone and die mysterious. So what is the solution? The solution is the mantra. We chant a lot of mantras. We do some rituals or religious rituals. And of course, some asana like Mayurasana, Neti is a cleansing practice. Pranayama is a ujjayi. And by these practices, we actually doing some mudras, and we also practice fasting. Fasting is a very nice method to control the space element. There are some specific meditation also. So what actually I want to say with all the talking of elements, that just don't go to the symptoms. You need to go through the basic nature of our being. The air, water, fluid is not only outside. We are made up of these five elements, and when we purify our inner elements, then actually it reflects to outer balance. So balance the nature inside, balance the nature outside. It makes a connection, nature to nature connection, outer nature to inner nature connection. And when we make ourselves more connected, then there is a possibility that you become more healthy, more strong. You remove your diseases, you come out from the many problems of your life. Many problem comes because you are not close to the nature. So purification of these elements make yourself more natural and close connection with the nature. So the mission what the Ritanveshi has to purification of these tattvas, to purification of these elements inside and outside. And when we do it, then what happens? We become healthy, strong, and we come out from most of the issues and problems. Well, before I go to question and answer sessions, might be many of you have varieties of questions. Of course, it should be. I would love to listen your questions. But before the question and answer session, I would like to have some meditation together. So let's do some practice. So All of you, please sit in a comfortable posture. Again, you make your spine erect, head and spine in a straight line. Watch your whole body from all around. With the closed eyes, watch your whole body. Now, just feel the stillness and steadiness. This is the earth element leads to steadiness, the stillness, the calmness. Feel it in a deep level. Become a stone. Visualize your whole body become like a stone, immobile, heavy. You cannot move your body, become stone. Feel the heaviness of your body, the weight of your body, and try if you can feel the gravity. The earth is pulling you, feel the gravity. Feel yourself, you are like a big stone, a complete earth element, and the ground is pulling you. Feel that stillness, the heaviness, the gravity, and the weight of your body. Just feel it. Every moment you feel, you become heavier and heavier. You become more and more heavy. Now feel, you become just opposite. Visualize you are getting lighter and lighter. So light you can float in the air. Float in the air. Feel yourself like a water element. You became like a water. You can flow. Just your whole tissues, bones and muscles, your everything become a water. H2, water element. You're floating. You're flowing. You're flowing like a river. Water like moving like a fluid. Feel the fluidity inside you. Feel you became the water element. When you became the water element, everything inside you is flowing. your thoughts, your emotions, each and every organs become the fluid. Everything is flowing, is moving in the direction where the more gravity is there. The water moves with inclination. When there is downwards, you move there. There you feel more gravity. Feel you are flowing with the gravity. Feel the water. Now a space came where you became a waterfall. Yes, feel the waterfall. A nice waterfall. You became that waterfall, coming down from heights. The droplets of water, like waterfall, like rain. Feel yourself like a water. Every cell is melted in a fluid. You become elastic. You can change yourself in any shape. Your water, if you kept in a bowl, you become bowl. If you kept in a glass, you become glass. This is the property of water. Your personality to being elasticity, to being creative. The water could be more melted because of the heat. The concentration increase with the heat. Feel the heat. Visualize the heat. Feel the heat. Become aware of the temperature of your body. Feel the inner part of your body, the inner organs, are a little warmer than outside. The different body parts have different temperature. Even when you breathe in and when you breathe out, the exhalation, the air is more warmer than inhalation. Feel the temperature difference between inhalation and exhalation. You feel the warmth. You feel the temperature. Try to feel the temperature. Now visualize you are increasing the temperature. Just visualize you are getting warmer and the warmer. The temperature is increasing inside and outside the body. You became like a ball of fire. The fire. You became like a fire. The fire element. The fire transforms. The fire sublimates. The fire changes from one thing to another thing. The fire is the changing principle. Became a fire. Feel your whole body is like a fire. Whole cell and tissues burnt and become the fire. Each and every part of your body is changing into fire element. You are the sparkle of fire. Feel the beauty of this element. You can change your shape, your size. You have freedom There is no gravity. You are against gravity. There is no ego. There is time management. There is a power, power of burning everything, power of destruction. Feel the power, feel the fire, feel the strength. Feel now this fire is changing into the smoke. Your whole existence, you yourself is changing into air element. You transform yourself from fire to air element. Now you are becoming the air, floating all around, moving all around. The flow like air, like wind. You are blowing, you are moving, and when you move all the other substance nearby. When you move through the trees, you blow up all the leaves there, the small branches. The air gives a proper movement signaling to all the creatures. By the air, these all creatures understand their motivation, their movements. You know, the birds don't have GPS system. This is the air, which they know where to go, how to fly, where to fly. Today you fly with the air, in the air, becoming air. Feel to become an atom of air, become a gaseous substance. You have weightless, no weight, no gravity. And sometimes when you empowered, you can blown up everything. You can blown up the house, trees. This is your strength. You can become destruction also. You can become a cold and a smiling also. You could be balanced, you could be imbalanced. This wind generates the emotion. The wind generates the relationship. The wind generates the society. Your emotions is like air element. It blows like air. It moves like air. Sometimes it lose the control. It break the rules. This is the air. This is the air element. Now become more subtle. Expand this air and become more subtler and subtler. Become space. Become a space element, all pervading. Feel every substance is there inside you. All, when I say all, means all. Whole world, whole solar system, whole galaxy, the universe, whole stars, whole universe. Visualize universe and universe, multiverses, galaxies, all inside you. You are the space. You are the almighty, infinite space, the subtlest substance in the universe, the substance where all substance resides. This is the space. Now, slowly, slowly back to your body. Leave the space once again back to your normal body, sitting for the meditation. Slowly, slowly externalize back to your body. Feel your hands, your arms, your legs, your torso, your head, your whole body sitting for the meditation. Slowly externalize yourself. When you are completely externalized, rub your palms and place your palms over your eyes and gently come out from the practice. Open your eyes. Once again, welcome to you all. I hope you understood exactly what I mean when I say the prana, the body, the elements. When you work as a therapist, you should know about how elements works, how we can make it balanced, how we do with the nature, the connection with the nature. As I said, when you purify these elements, you'll feel the cause of the disease you removed. Then left is just contamination of prana, and when it released by several practices of yoga, then you really remove all the symptoms. So disease is not the symptoms, what appears in your body. It could be temperature, it could be stone in your gallbladder, yeah, in duodenum, it could be ulcer, but these all are just symptoms. This is not the disease. So you need not to panic too much about the symptoms. Go through the root cause of the disease. This is what the contamination of the energy, the prana, the blockage is there. You work on the chakras, purify the elements. Then you will feel you actually remove the root cause, and someday the symptoms also go and never comes. That is the real nature of the treatment. That's why we say yoga therapy is actually follow the system of WHO, how WHO defined. WHO says not only the physical sickness, the health means the physical plus social plus mental plus emotional plus spiritual. So it is just not the physical health. When we say we remove the disease, when we say the therapy, the yoga therapy, it covers all the existence, all levels of existence what we have. So I'm really thankful to you all that you listened very carefully to me. You practice some meditation with me. Now it's time to raise some questions. So you have 10 minutes. So I hope now you have some nice questions. Please ask me some questions. I'm here to answer you. Yep.
Do we have any queries or any questions related to this topic? Kindly let us know.
OMG. Look, there are two type of people. They don't have the questions. I hope you understood this joke. So there are two type of people. They don't have questions. One, those who understand everything. Super God, Superman, Supermind. And one, but I hope we all are in middle, in between. So we must have questions. Please raise your questions. Raise something from inside. Yes, Jyoti, please.
Question is there, but I don't know how to ask.
Yes, yes, please.
Actually, I want to ask, like you talk about the elements and all, like imbalance of the elements in ourselves. So how, like all the elements, I feel something is there imbalance. So how we'll come to know that
Okay.
which is the most the imbalance element that we have, and then how we can cure it. We can work on it.
Yes, you are a true yoga. You are a true yoga teacher. I understand. Many times we feel, oh, this is our dominant element. We always choose our dominant elements. When normally when I take class of elements, it is not like this 20 minutes. Usually I take 1 month to teach these elements. Most of the people just select, okay, I am like fire element, I am like a space element. But when somebody talk about jyoti, which says, oh, I have little everything, or little imbalance in everyone, that means he is going to be a teacher, he or she is going to be a teacher. Yes, you're true. Actually, we all have little imbalance in all, or you can say we have a certain permutation and combinations of the ratio of all together, and somehow someone is little more, sometimes someone is little dormant, or sometimes dominant. And yes, it is not for whole life. It changes. It changes time to time. Sometimes you feel, oh, you have very strong air element, but just after a few weeks you will feel, oh, no, water element is more dominant in me. So it changes due to circumstances, your personalities, what type of circumstances you are facing. Yes, but when you regularly watch your elements, one thing you may know, that there is a specific combination of your elements. And somehow you are little up and down, but there is a line, a graph line, where your all elements are combined in this combination or in these permutations. So what we have to do is, as a teacher or as a therapist, we need to proper balance it by, you can say, integrated approach of asana and pranayama. So what we do is, we need to make our routine in such a way, there is a asana also, pranayama also, there is a cleansing also, pratyahara also, concentration and contemplation also, dharana also. So make, that's why yoga has 8 limbs. You need to take it all together with integrated approach, and then you will feel, yes, now your elements get in a proper shape and size. It relationship, the ratio, the permutations is more balanced. But yes, you're right. In beginning, you will feel there is little imbalance in all, but you can minimize it. And in the level of, you can say, samadhi, when we talk about a deep concentration, then yes, you can completely control all the elements, especially in second part of samadhi. So when a time comes when I teach you what are different types of samadhi, then there are especially the 5 types. When we say the second type, in second type you have more control over the elements, and then you can understand how to balance it. Okay, Jyoti?
Yes, Guruji, yes, got it.
Okay.
One more thing that I want to ask about the diseases. Yeah, you have said in many sessions that we have a physical disease as well as we have the pranic disease also, which is the which we cannot see, but we create with our emotions, with our daily life or something, you know. But like sometimes, like for me as a yoga teacher, and I'm every month I'm doing detoxifications, the purifications with the shatkarma, with the asanas and all. But then also I have some subknots and the inside my body. So like I have some issues with the physical body. So why it's really with the pranic body only, or it's creating with the physical body only, even if I'm doing the practices of all the asanas, all of the 8 limbs.
Look, Jyoti, one thing, make it clear, might be, it could be a grammatic mistake, but I want to make it clear. There is no such physical disease and pranic disease, two types. I will say there is only disease in the prana, or you can say rooted in the mind. Only manomaya kosha get the disease. In a physical body, there is no disease according to yoga therapy. It is just a symptom, a result. So when you say the tree, what is tree? Is when you say tree, tree means the flower or the fruit? No. The flower and fruit cannot be said to be a tree. Tree means the trunk and the branches. The trunk and the branches are actually the pranic contamination or the pranic what? The blockages. You may say why this tree came out, then the cause is the root, the seed. The root and seed is there inside the manomaya kosha or mind. So mind, you can say the root, but when you say disease, it is not two, it is just one, the trunk and the branches. And that is the contamination of the prana. Now, your question. Your question is, even you doing everyday asana or the cleansing, but even sometimes you feel you are not very healthy and you have some problems. Uh, Even you are doing regular practices of asana and pranayama. I again add you. There are the cause is somewhere in the root. It may be the tree don't have the problem. I'm telling you a story. Maybe this story, it's an analogy actually, so it may help you to understand the problem. Someday a gardener, a nice gardener who loves their trees and the plants and their garden very much, and he has to go somewhere for a few months or few days, and he called his son and said, "Oh, my dear son, please take care of my all trees and plants, the flowers and the fruits. I love flowers. When it blown up, when it blossoms, you feel your father is there. If these flowers not bloom, you think your father getting sick. So please take care of my plants, my flowers, my fruits." And he went away for some work. And the son, he loves his father very much, but he don't know how to do the gardening. So he took the water and jumped over the tree and gave the water to every flower, gave the water to the fruit, gave the water to the leaves, gave the water to the branches. But day by day, the trees and plants getting dry and more dry. He was sad. He was doing everything. He is actually putting every day. He loves the flower every day. He kisses the flower, the fruits. He put the water on the flower. He put the water. He loves whatever he can do. But look what he is doing. His all love is on the flowers and the fruits and the leaves. He forgot about the roots. And then when his father come back, he seen his garden become dry. And he asked his son, "What you did? You destroy my garden, my whole tree and plant getting dried. What you did?" And the son was crying. He said, "Oh, my dear father, I loved each and every flower. I every day kissed them. I loved them. I put water in every flower and every fruit. Even they all become dry. It is not my mistake. I loved very much." And the gardener, the father, he just understood. He smiled. He said, "Oh dear son, you did a big mistake. You not gave water on the roots. You just only work with the flowers, with the fruits, but you not worked to the roots. You need not to love the flowers. You need not to kiss the fruits to grow up, to bloom up. If you take care of the roots, then everything will be flourished. This is the mistake what the sun is doing, and I hope Jyoti is slightly understand this analogy. Jyoti, the root is there in a manomaya kosha, right?
Yeah.
Even
Right.
you work hard with your physical body, you do nice exercise, stretchings. I know you are very good. You can do a lot of things with your physical body and even the prana. But how about your manomaya kosha? Who will give water to it? Okay, so
Yes.
understand the answer?
Got it. Yes. Thank you, Ji.
Okay, so okay, so I hope I did my class in the proper time. My time is over, so I give back to Falguni. Falguni, please take care of the class. Thank you. Thank you very much.
Uh, Hello all. Thank you, Yogiraj. It was a wonderful session regarding the Tattva Shuddhi. Dear all, we are going to reconnect on in upcoming Sunday with a new topic, Prana and Pranayama and their practices. Same timing, same schedule. Here I have one request. I would like to take a screenshot with like this. If you can, yeah, if you can just come on a screen for a moment, then I can take a good picture of all of you for just like say hi or be thank you for this session. Are we here together? Yeah, thank you. Thank you all. Thank you so much. It's a wonderful session. And please feel free to connect. Hey, Andrea, just one more time. Andrea has joined as a video. Thank you, Andrea, for coming on the video. Yeah, say thank you, Chi. Okay, so dear all, I'm Falguni. As you know me now, please kindly feel free to connect regarding your any query with me from the Ritanveshi. I would love to answer all your queries. See you then. See you all in the
Thank you, Ji.
upcoming Sunday with Prana and Pranayama. Namaskar.